Gabby Petito. I'm going to go through this little timeline here. This is where Gabby and her boyfriend Brian Laundrie. So Gabby and Brian Laundrie were driving in a van, you know, YouTubing or whatever across America, and July 2nd, they start in New York, and then they take off, right, have an adventure, and then eventually 3 days later, they get to Kansas. They're at the Monument Rocks Natural Landmark in Kansas. Then they're in Colorado Springs. Gabby posted a photo. July 16th to 22nd, the couple are in the Utah's Zion National Park. Okay, let's see, July. Petito shares kiss a photo at Mystic Hot Springs. Police encounter with couple in Moab. So that's going to be an important date right there. August 12th. They're going to report her missing September 11th, which is a month, right? But a month prior, they get into an argument, and the police have body cameras of both of them. Apparently, she had scratched his face, and it didn't seem like he was going to go anywhere, but it looked like she was going to go to jail. And she was real crying, and she was real upset, and they were arguing all that morning. There's a weird connection, too. There's a double homicide. So that's in Moab right there. So Moab, Utah. That's where they got into an argument, and where the cops were called. And then there was going to be a double homicide there, and the last time that they had seen the two people that got killed was the last day, or the day that they were there. So maybe there's a connection, maybe not. They said in Moab that's the first double homicide ever in the history of Moab, Utah. So perhaps there's a connection, perhaps not. They had talked about there's a creepy guy. They went to a bar, and they said if something happens to him, they were murdered because of some creepy guy that was, you know, lingering about. So it could totally be unrelated. They were at an RV park or something, too. So, yeah, the RV park it's worse than a trailer park because it's smaller housing. Everybody's more congested, and you don't, you're mobile, so people can just come and go. You don't know who they are or where they come from. So, August 12th, police encounter with a couple in Moab, and then the 24th, the couple checks out of a hotel in Salt Lake City. So the cops made them separate for that day, and then he went to a hotel. She stayed in the van, and then I guess they carried on with their journey. So then they go to Wyoming, okay? So this is the last part of the story where we all kind of agree. August 25th, Petito tells family she's in Wyoming Grand Teton National Park. She tells them that, okay? Now, 5 days later, they're going to get a text from Petito saying that she didn't have service in Yosemite. Yosemite. Now, is it possible to get to there in 3 or 5 days? Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. And then, so this is in dispute, this thing, because the family says they don't think that it was sent by her. But it almost seems like it's impossible that if it was sent by her, it couldn't have been from him, because you're going to find him back home in Florida, North Point, Florida, 2 days later. It's a 60-hour drive. It's impossible for him to have driven those 2 days. So if that was her that sent the text from Yosemite, he doesn't know about it. What he says is that he had left her. He said that he had left her. So where is Gabby Petito? Where is Gabby Petito, right? He's the most obvious, person of interest. It's the first, But it's also, if he had left her, he said that he abandoned her, just left her or whatever. So if he left her, that's pretty, that's pretty fucked up. And then she's just out there by herself, maybe something happened. Maybe she's, in some nice, getaway place. Maybe she found somebody. Hopefully this is just a big, misunderstanding. But September 11th, so today is September, 17th, 6 days ago. So she was reported 6 days ago, she was reported missing. August 30th was the last text that they, thought that maybe she had sent. 25th is when they definitely know that they talked to her, heard her voice. But the text, they don't believe it's actually from her at all. But that's, who sent the text, Like, if he's back home, he couldn't have sent the text. I guess you could just always send a text anywhere, You could send a text anywhere. So he could have just sent the text, I guess, in goddamn Oklahoma saying that she didn't have service in Yosemite or some shit. So, yeah, okay, let's talk about this. Where is Gabby Petito? Let's look at all the information. So they fought before, let's see, they had fought one day before the slain couple was last seen. So the slain couple, let's talk about them a little bit. So you got Kylie Schulte and Crystal Turner, sometimes Crystal Beck, and they're a lesbian couple. Kylie Schulte, she seems like the beautiful feminine one, and then Crystal Turner seemed like she was a lot older, 38 or something, but she seems to be like all, just cute or whatever, so it looks like Kylie Schulte is the adorable one who's also the alpha. Anyways, yeah, so lesbian couple, and the Kylie, here's the connection, okay? So they're in the same city, right, in Moab, the cops are called, they have all those body camera footage. Now, here's the connection. The connection is on August 12th, that exact same day, there was a witness that had saw Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito arguing. And they were scuffling, and they said that the man had hit the woman. Now, at the body camera, when the cops were interviewing, it looked very much like, she had scratched him or something, and then, that they were thinking about taking her away, charging her with a crime. And then he was like, I love her, I don't want her to go to jail or whatever. So, and then the police says, it looks like we're not going to do that. She's like in near tears and shit, just crying. So, Moonflower Community Cooperative is where Brian and Gabby were seen scuffling, where they said that the man hit the woman because what the cops had said that she had scratched him. And then that's where Kylie Schulte works. She works at the Moonflower Community Cooperative. She was the cashier, and apparently she was one of the best hat models, the hat model. She would put a hat on, look, which, means she had friends, and people liked her, so they know, things like she's a good hat model. And they went to a bar. Kylie Schulte and Crystal Turner, or Crystal Beck, 38, had gone to some bar, and they had complained about some creepy guy at their campsite. There's a creepy guy at their campsite. Did he go to the hotel, and then he went back there to take care of business because they had witnessed him, hitting her? That seems, that seems a little far-fetched, but that's kind of one of the leading theories, but I think it seems too far-fetched, frankly. I mean, I guess he was sad because he was separated from her, so what's he going to do now? And maybe it started out with, maybe they were a part of the argument or something. I don't know. I think it's kind of crazy that you have a double homicide in the same city, that, they had this argument. She's gone missing, and they crossed each other. At least there's a connection. The Moonflower Community Cooperative, they were fighting right outside of it. That's where Kylie works. Did they see each other? Did they, know each other? Was there any connection? I don't know. 100%. It is speculation. Now, he lives in North Point, Florida. There's him and his two parents. Fox News is on this, and so they're pushing for protesters to go to the house to get him to talk to the authorities. They're saying that he's refusing to talk to the police. Brian Laundrie, which I have mixed feelings about. Police are pieces of shit, and they can, find something that ain't there, and they're pieces of shit. So, I mean, he could tell anybody, really. Brian Laundrie can put out a statement, and he could talk to any media person in the entire world. Because it does look suspicious. But if you don't trust police, well, tell us. Tell the public what the hell is going on, And that will help further the case, right? So let's give, you hope for the best, but you expect the worst. So let's give Brian Laundrie some benefit of the doubt. You hope for the best. So best case scenario was they get into an argument, he drives off and abandons her, and then, she's left to fend for herself. And in the midst of her fending for herself, something happens. So she finds something, she goes over somewhere, she falls down. Worst case scenario, I mean, they were fighting already, and she's like, we've been fighting all morning. So, worst case scenario, he did something to her. I don't want to say best case scenario, but for him, a decent would be that, that there's somebody else, and that's a possible suspect. Because if it's not Brian Laundrie, then we got to find, the real person that did it. Did she just fall down somewhere? Did somebody do something to her? Where is Gabby Petito? Where is Gabby Petito? It's not cool that Brian Laundrie isn't talking to anybody. Okay, don't want to talk to the police? That's okay. Don't talk to the police, Brian Laundrie. But you got to put out a statement to the public. You got to get on YouTube, talk to these YouTubers, get to the media. Everybody wants to hear your fucking side of things. You can also write a statement out and just post it on social media. Write a little statement up. So there you go. Those are several things that he can do. Now, let's see. The cops have split them up for the night. He's got two parents, so there's three people that's in the North Point, Florida home. And Gabby's father is sitting there saying, see, they just don't care. These people just don't care. Because you got somebody that's out there and missing and nobody knows where they're at. They asked Gabby's father, the sister of Brian Laundrie had said something about that she hopes everything is fine. So it seems like Brian and the sister weren't talking to each other, so I'm not sure what that's about. But what else? Yeah, I guess that's the main thing. They fought one day before the slain couple was last seen. One day. So actually, they seen the slain couple the day after. And I don't know how soon they left, but if they fought August 12th, then that means they were still there August 13th, because you have to check out by noon, right? So you're still there in the morning. Yeah, I don't know. I want to know how far is the hotel that he checked in from the RV park. I mean, a lot of times those things are right next to each other, but if it's like across town, I don't see him, like, driving across town to do something. I did think that there was a weird connection, that they had that fight right in front of the community cooperative, and so that's my inference is that perhaps she saw him and they're a witness, and so he's trying to take out the witnesses. I don't know. Maybe they started the fight. Maybe they were there and took her side or something. I don't know. Or maybe it's just a crazy-ass fucking coincidence. America does seem to be kind of a lot of fucking crazy shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just noticing. It's Inside Edition. Don't click on. If you click on one Inside Edition, you keep on clicking. Anyways, there you go. Where is Gabby?